The killing of Maoist Nambala Keshavarao, alias Basavaraju, is a big deal for India's security forces. It's a big leap in the direction of making India free of red terror, as left-wing extremism is called, by March 2026, a deadline set by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Basavaraju is also the first General Secretary-rank Naxal leader to be killed in a police encounter. He had ₹1 crore bounty on his head in Chhattisgarh, another ₹25 lakhs in Telangana. And that gives you an idea of the scale of the achievement. He was the brain behind the 2010 Dantewada massacre that martyred 76 CRPF Jawans. He was known to deploy ruthless military tactics like booby-trapping bodies of Jawans killed in encounters, was an expert at IEDs and land mining, and styled himself as the head of the Central Military Commission of the CPI Maoists. Along with him, 26 other Naxal cadres were eliminated in this encounter that took place in Narayanpur of Chhattisgarh, lying in the densely wooded hill region of Abujman, straddling Chhattisgarh and Telangana. Abujman literally means incomprehensible, beyond imagination, named so because of its dense forests and hills which are difficult to navigate, and in some areas, even sun rays find it difficult to penetrate the land. That should give you an idea of the difficulty of terrain and hence the scale of the success. The security forces are on the verge of exterminating Naxalism from the country, and that's why they codenamed the ops as Operation Kagar, which in Hindi means on the verge, under an umbrella mission called Mission Sankalp, a similar operation that eliminated a score and more of Maoists and made hundreds of them surrender early this month, called Operation Black Forest, was also launched on April 21 in the Karegutta hills of Telangana. But these numbers do not tell the real story. The real story is of the political will of the Modi government to banish Naxalism completely. The dogged pursuit and decisive leadership of Home Minister Amit Shah at multiple levels, both center and states, strategic and tactical, over the years has translated into continuous success on the ground. Beginning in the 1960s, Naxals came to control large swathes of India's forest and tribal territories from Bengal in the east to Maharashtra in the west. It was almost like a contiguous corridor where the writ of the state got compromised. At the root of this control was the Naxal or communist narrative that the state was exploitative, that it was insensitive, that it had to be overthrown with the use of force. The Maoists draw heavily from the Communist Party of China. Even their name comes from Chairman Mao. Amit Shah, of course, decided to hit at the root of this ideology. It has been the work of a decade and more now. Under this broad leadership, the center plotted a three-pronged strategy. One, blunt the edge of the ideological basis of the Maoists with saturation coverage of development projects. The Naxalism-affected areas saw roads and highways, schools and hospitals, water and sanitation spread, mobile towers and communication coverage become tangibly visible on the ground. In districts, towns and villages of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Telangana, the impact of this focus has become visible. People's aspirations have been ignited. More importantly, they started seeing the bluff of the Maoist guerrillas. Why struggle with a gun when you are getting development at the doorstep? 2. Forces went into affected areas with full area domination measures. Both the central forces like the CRPF and state forces like the Cobra Commando units of Telangana and DRG in Chhattisgarh were equipped to the teeth with latest tech. Earlier, the land mining by Maoists inflicted heavy damage on forces. Using helicopter gunships was considered disproportionate in a local insurgency. Now, with the drones and satellite imagery taking care of surveillance and other communication tech giving real-time intelligence, zeroing down on battalions of these jungle guerrillas became easy. What followed was ruthless extermination. For example, in the Karegutta Hills operation, 24,000 security personnel surrounded the one hill range, leaving no escape route for the Maoists. Since the launch of the Operation Kagar, 350 Maoists have been killed, 145 of them this year alone. At least 5 times more have surrendered. 3. The states were asked to take care of the surrendered cadres, rehabilitate them well in the local mainstream, and make sure they became an important source of information to break the backbone of the Naxal movement. And even as the security forces were registering these wins, opposition was dithering, going soft on these Naxals. While the center was showing resolve, opposition was showing compromise. With Basavaraju's killing, the CPI has demanded a judicial inquiry. They are saying that this is extrajudicial use of force. While the operation was going on in Karigutta Hills, the Politburo of CPM came out with a statement calling for soft handling of the situation, cautioning about civilians getting caught in the crossfire. BRS leader KCR even called for the operation to stop. In a show of political weakness, Revant Reddy, the Chief Minister of Telangana, said that he saw Naxalism from social perspective and not from the law and order lens. Remember Arundhati Roy talking about Naxals as Gandhians with guns. Imagine, this is the same Congress party which lost its entire leadership of Chhattisgarh in the 2013 Darba Ghati attack. 26 of its leaders, including its state unit chief and veteran Vidya Charan Shukla, were all killed. The same Congress was negotiating a safe passage for the Maoists stuck on Karigutta Hills. Ranged against this was the political will of Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Shah. That has made all the difference. It's a big success on the internal security front for the Modi government. Between the two, Modi and Shah, removing the scourge of Naxalism would go down as a legacy of their governance in the annals of history books at par with the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir perhaps. Now, the only thing that needs to be taken care is, once Naxalism is routed from our forests and tribal areas, it should not seep into our urban areas. The phenomenon of urban Naxalism also needs to be taken head on. Thanks for watching.